Peut-être tout ça.
Thanks, folks.
Hello and welcome to Variant Edition's new releases show. My name is Danica.
My name's Brandon.
Hope everyone had a good week and a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We bought new shirts.
Yeah, we did. You gotta make sure that you see all of it, because otherwise it kind of looks like Life is Dad.
Life is Dad, which I also would have made you buy.
Yeah.
Mine
What?
says Call of the Wild, help.
I love it. I used to have a regular Call of the Wild t-shirt when I was like 6.
Yeah, I had to. Plus, it was purple. So obviously, I like purple or something.
Yeah. Well. So what did we get up to this weekend?
We grew our family.
Yeah. So remember how we have 4 cats?
We have 5 now.
We have 5 cats now. Just through some family circumstances, one of my cousins needed us to take her cat. Yeah, so it was a somewhat of an emergency situation. Zipped up on Saturday. Picked up a cat. Well, first had to pull it from underneath a deck.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was kind of funny. So she was on her harness.
Right.
And she was like chirping as she does. Then she stopped chirping.
Mm.
And I didn't notice for a while, but it wasn't our cat.
Right.
And so getting ready to pack some stuff up, I'm just like, the cat's gone. And what they'd done was the cat was kind of tethered to a kind of swing chair. And so it had kind of like put itself underneath the steps and then kind of like pulled itself out of its collar.
Yeah.
And then went up underneath the deck, because it has, you can kind of pop in and up and underneath.
Mm-hmm. If you were a cat size.
If you're a cat size. She got real scared when she was in there.
I know. Poor thing. It's a big life change for her. I mean, she only ever knew your cousin.
Yeah, pretty much. And so my aunt, who is, I believe, over 65, crawled underneath the deck. Now, luckily with our place, I know how to remove siding to get a cat out.
Thanks, Joy.
And so I was able to do that, and then my aunt, who's very much a doer, crawled under there and got her. Before then, we were scratched a bit because we were like tearing at the sides of the deck, and you know how she is when something's kind of scaring her, and she gets like kind of growly and scratchy.
Yep.
But once my aunt was under there, no problems. Just purring. Is like, oh, hi, please help me.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I know you. There's
Yeah.
this strange man after me.
Yeah, kind of. And she was fine with me afterwards too.
Yeah.
On the drive, like real quiet. I could put my fingers in. She's just like real nice. She got here and she's still trying to figure out the place. She's very nocturnal. She lives in our reclining chair.
Yeah, because anyone who has a recliner knows that there's space in between all of the mechanisms, basically. And if a cat really wants to, they can just go under and in the chair.
Yeah.
And so we know she's eating and going to the litter. So we're just going to give her the time that she needs.
Yeah.
Um,
and at night, she pops out and explores and is my chirpy little friend.
Yeah, actually, she was hanging out in Brandon's lap for a couple minutes the other night, which is cool.
Yep.
She has met all of the cats for varying times.
Yeah.
Max was the one we're really worried about because I knew everyone else would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he was okay. He's been okay.
Yeah.
He did get a bit curious. I have had to put him back into the bedroom once or twice just because he gets a little too curious, and she's just not ready for that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that Max kind of figures it out and figures out that she needs some boundaries right now.
And Squee is a scaredy cat. So
which helps.
Yeah. She has let him know a couple times, just like, not today, friend. And they both keep their distance.
Mm-hmm.
When we got home, Squee came from over here, and I believe it's because he thinks there's a gremlin in our living room, and he doesn't want to deal with it.
Right. He usually comes from the living room side, which is our right side.
Yeah.
But he came from this room, which is our left side, to the front door.
Yeah.
So I think they're both kind of giving her, Squee and Jim are giving our new kitty her space, which is really nice and really respectful.
And like Jim always was going to, because she sees a new cat or anybody and it's just like, you leave me alone, I leave you alone, we'll be friends.
We're all good.
And so she's been the easiest.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's gone really well, actually.
Yeah.
For rehoming a cat who didn't have any cat friends, basically.
Yeah.
To a house with 4 cats. Like, it's a lot for her to take in. So we're just trying to give her as much space as she needs. But she has let us pet her a few times, which is really good.
Yeah.
And like I said, she spent like 2 minutes in your lap, which is pretty cool. So she'll get there. She's a beautiful tuxedo. We've never had a tuxedo before.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a little collar that has tiny bells on it. And so every time you hear her, it's like, so you can kind of tell where she is, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
It's very helpful right now since we're introducing her and everyone to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's pretty active at night, chirps away, just like telling stories.
Yeah.
And seems to be in a spot where she's like still getting to know us, and so and the space, and so she'd be like, I really like cuddles, and so you'll pet her a couple times and she'd be like, how are you? And so she's like kind of pet starved, but also just like, what's going on? So you'll pet and she'll be like, hey, you'll be like, all right, we're good.
Yeah, it's only been about 3 days, so it'll take some time.
Yeah.
I'm really proud at how all our cats have been, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Even especially Max.
Yeah.
Because he
can be a real dick.
Because she wasn't growling at him, and that's usually his trigger.
Yeah.
And then there was another situation in which he was, and he still didn't like leap at her, which is good. He kind of just like walked slowly towards her, and I was like, okay, no, this might be a problem.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna take some more time, but it will absolutely be worth it, especially if they can be in the same room together, because Max cannot be in the same room as Jim or Squee.
Yeah, he needs to be monitored.
Oh gosh, yes.
Maybe another round of gabapentin.
Absolutely. Actually, yeah, that would be good for everybody.
Yeah.
Including new kitty. Not Jim, because she's too old for that. And also she doesn't
care. Yeah.
She doesn't give it. But yeah, it's exciting. It is a pretty full house, as we've always said with 4. And we may find a new home for her at some point, but the agreement was that we would take her in, no questions asked.
Yeah.
And she's really sweet, and I hope we get to know her some, whether we keep her or not. She'll have a good home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Mm.
that was our weekend.
Yeah, cat-filled weekend, cat-filled and Goodwill trips.
Yeah.
He brought this shirt to me. I was looking through the racks, and he brought this over, and he was like, "I need to get it." And I'm like, "Oh my god, it's meant for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's perfect, and it fits perfectly, and it's good color for you. Yeah, it was meant for you."
Very excited about it.
And I just got this because it was funny as hell. It's just help.
Help.
All right. Let's talk comics.
So
What's up?
over the last week on our social medias, we're teasing something cool that we're getting in.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And we have it here.
Sort of.
Mostly, not even mostly.
No.
We have the cool parts of it here.
Yeah. So hey, do you remember that series 8 Billion Genies by Charles Sewell
And Ryan Brown.
and Ryan Brown?
Yeah.
Pretty cool dudes.
Very cool.
And then they were gonna release a hardcover, and you were gonna buy it because of course you were.
Because it's super awesome.
Yes.
Well.
We made it twice as awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some help.
Oh.
Because I left it on that shelf.
Oh no. Okay, I was wondering where you reached down and I thought you had it there somehow. BRB.
So we might have done a thing and got ourselves an exclusive version of the 8 Billion Genies hardcover. Got our own custom dust jacket, as you can see on the back. What's that?
Wait, no, this way? Sorry, it's backwards.
That's our logo.
That's our logo.
It's in Variant Edition.
Variant Edition. All right, hold this for a sec. I'll put my headphones back on.
Absolutely. So we were able to get our own cover version of this. Really cool. And not only that,
but there's more. Sorry.
There's more.
You want me to turn around again or open it or?
Each of these hardcovers come with signed book plates.
What?
So if you want your very own signed exclusive copy of 8 Billion Genies hardcover.
Oh no.
Why?
Andrew, no, stop telling the truth.
You can find it here. Well, I say you can find it here next week. Here's the secret. This that we have this wrapped around is not a copy of 8 Billion Genies.
Guess what Diamond did?
So Diamond apparently didn't get the hardcovers in until last Friday. And so could not ship them out with their shipments. So we got the book plate this week.
Thanks, Diamond.
And we've had the dust jackets for a while.
Yes, because they get things to us early.
Yeah.
Others.
So we will have this extremely exclusive edition of 8 Billion Genies, the non-existent edition of 8 Billion Genies on display. At the front, you can be able to reserve your copy. And we will do that for you. We'll add you to the system because there are only 60 of these.
Yes.
So, and when they're gone, they're gone.
So I'm figuring people would just purchase the item, and then when we get the hardcover in next week, we fold all the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, with our own hands. So it's like a variant edition exclusive.
Indeed.
It is artisanally put on by us.
It's a variant edition.
All right. I'm going to write down one for Austin. If anybody else would like to reserve one, now we got to pick from like 8 or 10 covers or something like that. We got the weirdest one.
Yeah. I went through because you could basically get any cover for any printing that they had done for 8 Billion Genies. And so I went through all of them and I found the weirdest one possible. The one where the centaur, Red Sonja, genie, unicorn with dragons for hands
Yep.
was just kind of rocking out the world. So it's fun. Now, for those of you who don't know about 8 billion genies, maybe we should explain it.
Yes, we should. You should read the back, just in case you want to jump right into a large hardcover and not the softcover.
Yeah. Well, they're not doing a soft cover for a long time.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You should buy the hardcover.
Indeed.
The variant edition hardcover.
The variant edition. The invariant edition.
Yes. All right, I'm going to write down one for Sean and one for Dr. Andrew.
I am very tempted to actually, it wouldn't make any sense to anybody but us, but actually call our line of exclusives invariant editions.
Yeah, like maybe like 8 people would get it.
Yeah, and I just like a couple of the letters would have like little kind of accents on them.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, "Ooh, what language is that?" And I'm just like,
3-year-olds.
3-year-old.
Love it.
I'm absolutely doing this.
Okay. All right. Tell us about 8 billion genies.
Welcome to the world of 8 billion genies. As people all over the planet make wishes. Let's start out earlier. Everywhere, at precisely the same moment, everyone on Earth gets a genie and one wish. As people all over the planet make wishes profane and profound, the world and humanity change forever. We follow 8 characters who find themselves in a Detroit dive bar as G-Day descends on humanity. While they navigate their hopes, fears, dreams, and wishes over the next 8 seconds, first 8 hours, and ultimately the next 8 centuries.
Mm-hmm.
All 8 issues of the groundbreaking series are collected here for the first time, along with extensive supplemental material documenting the story's origin, character designs, and more. Yay!
Hooray!
I can't wait to read this.
Yeah, I can't wait to finish it.
God!
Oh no!
I
Don't open the pages you don't know.
I wrapped this around a copy of Razor Blades. The James Tynion
it's a horror anthology.
Horror anthology.
You opened it to something with body horror, didn't you?
Maybe.
That's so funny to me because you're like, "Ooh, genies! Oh no, I forgot it wasn't this book."
Oh no!
Oh no, I've forgotten. I can't believe you did that.
I can't believe you've done this.
Vastly, yes, vastly. Gosh, that was funny. He opened a page and I saw limbs and I was like, because I forgot for a second too. I'm like, that's not okay. That's not okay. But yes, even if you do buy it this week, that means you'll get it. So like Brandon said, we only have 60 in total. So once we're sold out, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Babies.
Like we can probably get the hardcover in again, but that dust jacket and the book plate,
dust jacket
gone to dust.
Someone's asking us, will the SAG after a strike affect comic book writers? No, because comic book writers famously are not part of unions.
No, but comics creators and artists and everyone should be in a union. So we'll see.
Now, apparently there has been some outreach by some writers who are just like, hey, this comics thing, how does this work?
Oh my gosh.
So you might be seeing some of those in the next 8 months.
I guess.
Like, there's a long gestation process for comics.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll kind of see how that lands or doesn't land as that comes in. So
yeah. Oh yeah, the price. That would have been.
So we're not charging more than your regular edition of 8 billion genies.
Mm-hmm.
It's billion genies.
I'll get you that price very shortly because that seems important. Thank you for asking.
So the regular retail price of $52.99 Canadian.
So you not only get the hardcover, you get the dust jacket and the book plate for the same price.
Indeed. Because we're chill people.
We try to be.
Yeah.
When not riddled with anxiety.
Quack.
Quack.
All right. Well, we've got Stack.
All right. I will absolutely add you to the list. Thank you. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen.
Like I'm all for, like, we've had a lot of good crossover for people who write novels to come in, but yeah, this is gonna be a weird next year and a bit maybe of comics. Weirder than normal. Because of the names we get to see. Like, it'll be a lot of interesting opportunities. Very odd for the folks who are not unionized and therefore cannot do anything about it.
Indeed. So here's actually a very interesting wrinkle to all of this.
Yeah.
So there was a new Ms. Marvel comic announced.
Yes.
And it's being co-written by the young lady who's playing Ms. Marvel.
Right. Yes.
Now, the union rules say that actors can go to conventions and whatnot, but they can't promote any specific projects that they're involved in, like, say, the Marvels right now. However, how does it work in this specific situation?
Right.
This only situation where she is playing Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Can she promote the comic that she's writing because she's the character? Does that count as promoting the movie that she's in?
I think that's the loophole, though. I don't believe so. I could be wrong. I am not an entertainment lawyer. Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, because, like, she's promoting that specific comic, but not the movie. The movie and the comic are two very different beasts.
Yeah, but it's sort of like that one thing that could be argued, like, you are Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
So you can't be promoting Ms. Marvel, the role that you are in.
Like, she couldn't promote anything involving Ms. Marvel.
Potentially. Like, there's obviously not clarity on this because it is such an edge case of, like...
Oh, yeah. It's a very specific case where, like, what else? I mean, I'm sure there's something else happening right now, but what other actor who plays X character is writing or co-writing something about that character? Like, what is the Venn diagram there? Like, who else is doing that?
Yeah, so that's an extremely interesting case, and, like, I would assume the way around it would be the interviews would only have to be questions about the comic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not even her experience as...
No, you couldn't ask anything about the movies.
Yeah.
Because that would be promoting the movie, obviously. So, I mean, it might be really good for the comic because it'll get all the promotion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose to see that silver lining.
Oh,
right.
Austin's right.
I forgot about Valdano.
There would be two cases.
Thank you. And yeah, Keanu Reeves in a roundabout way because he's eventually going to be Berserker. They wrote it to basically be in the movie or what TV or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, I think they have a deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
For, like, a live action and also an anime series.
Right. Yeah, and he's probably doing the voice as well. So, like, he's got a good setup. I mean, I know everything kind of just got thrown off, out of the basket, but that's a good setup for you. You're like, can I make X amount of dollars in the next little while and not have to worry about it? Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think he's actually a nice guy. So, like, I want good things for him.
Good things for the boy.
Yeah. Thank you for that reminder about Paul Dano, because actually he was I think I only read issue 1, but it was quite good. And he was quite good in the movie. He was definitely
extremely creepy.
he was definitely a highlight for me.
When I watched his episode of Hot Ones, I'm just like, you seem like a man who is trying to calculate his emotions. You weird me out.
He's a nerd. What do you want? We're all nerds.
Oh no, it was definitely sort of like one of those. Yes, the human experience. I recognize that quite well.
Maybe that's why he's good at playing a Batman villain.
Yeah, it was the weirdest feeling I've ever felt watching a Hot Ones. Just being like, I don't know about you, Paul Dano. I think you might have murdered people.
Here's a good question: can people still do Hot Ones? Because the guy asked really good questions, and he can veer away from whatever they're promoting.
That's interesting because like they're all pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So there's probably a bunch in the can, basically.
Yeah, the show might have to put like a note that says like this was recorded on, so it's like before the strike.
Yeah.
Just so they don't get in trouble. Because like I know there are a lot of actors that are pro-union out there, that are in support of all this. That might come out.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's been a lot of interviews that I've already seen, like the Hollywood Reporter and stuff, kind of switch it around and like really cherry pick quotes from the whole thing and makes the actors look bad. I don't like it. It's mean.
Yeah, the trades haven't been great. Oh yeah, that short story where
oh heck,
that was a weird story.
I am being schooled
Because like in the story, Penguin's just like, yeah, and I also get to bang Catwoman.
No,
it was very weird.
No,
it's a weird story, Austin.
No. I knew there, like, I mean, that's why I wasn't like, there was only this one example, and I am 100% sure of it because I'm a white guy on YouTube. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So, thank you.
I currently am a white guy on YouTube.
Yeah, so you're right about everything
right now.
Yeah. Hi, internet.
Let me tell you about my diet.
Let's talk about women, females.
It consists of 3 bags of Lay's potato chips every day.
Low fat and low salt, right?
And also 5 steaks and 1 slice of liver.
Is it your own liver? Do you eat your own liver?
No comment.
Oh my God, he eats his own liver. What a great idea. What a brilliant idea. What a genius. Remarkable. I'm trying to do that impression and I can't really. Did he cure COVID? I mean, I support Danny DeVito. I do not support the Penguin. What a weird man.
It was a very weird comic. It was a very weird comic.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, actually, I'm glad we talked about the strike because it's been happening for like 6-7 weeks, probably longer, and we all need to be aware of it because there's already people coming out like TikTok influencers are saying, and and cosplayers are saying that the studios are emailing them and trying to get them out for movie premieres because the actors aren't going to be there, and that's crossing the line too. So
who was at the Barbie one that was gross? Matt Gaetz.
Wasn't he a politician at one point?
He is currently a politician.
Oh,
who definitely has some sexual harassment allegations.
And
very credible sexual harassment.
Sully the Barbie name with his presence.
They asked him to be there.
Gross.
I guess.
Oh.
They're just like, and so that's what's going to end up happening for these like weird premieres is they're going to get these kind of most craven type of people showing up just to be like, we're hobnobbing, we're going to go see a movie.
And the responsible influencers and cosplayers are not going to. So we are going to see all the jerks. It's like when the restaurants opened, right? I was going to say after COVID, but a couple years ago during COVID, and the only people that went to the restaurants were the jerks. It's going to be this again.
Yeah.
And we are all the wait staff. We all have to put up with their crap.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Wow. I forgot Matt Gaetz existed. So rude, Brandon, for reminding me of his existence.
The internet is a terrible place, and I think it was a mistake.
Well, I am super psyched for the Barbie movie. So I think Brian and I are going to be seeing it on Friday.
Potentially. We also have friends coming over.
We do, but we have Friday evening.
Yeah.
I
So-
bought a new dress. It's pink.
We shall see.
It was also Goodwill, so
Yeah. All right.
I think it's just gonna be a lot of fun.
I do too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, and like obviously we're supposed to continue to support the things that were made and promoted before
Yeah.
everything. So this is a-okay.
The unions are very big on support the projects that have already been made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when the garbage stuff comes out that they try to produce in the meantime, we want the things that are well produced and written to have made money, and for their attempts to circumvent all of this to not make money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a boycott is actually the opposite of what you want to do. You want to support the arts.
Indeed.
So go out, do a Barbenheimer, or do one or the other. It doesn't matter. Just support the arts. Speaking of the arts, we have comics. So thank you for listening to us for half an hour about something that we kind of know sort of about.
Before we get to it, I want to
Oh.
talk one more thing about Barbenheimer.
Okay.
Apparently, Christopher Nolan is very upset about all of this.
Oh, well, he's just a grumpy old man.
He's
and he can
super
just
grumpo.
grump off into the sadness realm.
So this is apparently his first movie post all of the things that he made for Warner's, and
jeez.
He had been used to apparently his Special Boy weekend in late July, where his movies would launch and everyone would get out of his way. Well, he is very cranky about Barbie happening on the same day. And like, it's become a viral kind of momenty thing. Like, it's probably going to help his movie because outside of it, it's just good counter programming. Generally speaking, you look at those two movies and you'll be like, well, yeah, you could launch those together. They're not going to eat the audience. And then apparently it won't, because it's just going to grow the audience for people looking to experience a weird thing all in one day.
Yeah. I honestly think the folks doing Barbenheimer are like so minuscule. Not to say it's not important, but like he doesn't have to worry about Barbie stealing his views, because on the whole, like a regular weekend, they're opening, nobody's complaining, nobody's melded them together. Two very different crowds are going to these movies.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yep.
And so he needs to just get off his ass and stop whining.
Just stop being a baby. Tyson's saying that there's a big port strike in BC, which is even bigger deal. Yep.
And you know what we haven't heard of a lot in the news, because the writer strike is getting a lot of attention, is the port strike. And that's
the
very,
UPS
very
strike
important.
coming up, and
yeah, they voted for that. I think it was like 98 point whatever %.
I just saw an article before we went live that was basically that the pilots for UPS, which are different under a different union, are going to stop working in solidarity.
That's amazing.
And I mean, part of that too is like, if you don't have the drivers, then you don't need to fly the product. But at the same time, they aren't gonna scab them.
No.
So
no, exactly. What the unions need now is solidarity.
Yeah.
They need everybody supporting them, whether you're in a correlating union or not.
Yeah.
And I hope that 20 years from now we will look back at this and this will be a big wave. And I naively, think it could be a big change. And I'm hoping. But I think we've done this stance before. So, and I'm very cynical about the world.
Yeah.
Yay.
I have so much more that I want to talk about on all of that, but we are, like Danica said, like we're about 36 minutes in now.
Maybe we should just have another show where we just talk about nothing. That'll be fun, right? You guys are here for that. You're like, shut up, talk about comics.
You talk about the comic books, please.
All right, let's talk about the comics. They are good. All right, I'm going to start with cover A.
While Danica was busy reading some other comics, I was busy studying the Blade comic that we have today.
Lame.
It is wonderful. So Brian Edward Hill is
Oh, I like him.
back writing some comic books
Nice.
after taking some time away to write on the Titan show, I believe,
Oh, dang. Good for him.
and some other projects.
She'll just do.
And this has art from Alina Casagrande that is just, I think, a level up from their work before. It is it is a wonderful comic.
Oh, damn. Yeah, Casagrande's done Stormbreaker covers. This looks good.
Super gorgeous. You kind of get your big kind of supernatural edge stuff. There's definitely very much sort of like a shaft type of swagger to Blade in this book, which really works well with sort of the paranormal stuff happening in it. It's extremely good. But yeah. Yay.
Question from Mike. Do you have to read the digital Blade comics before this issue?
No.
Okay.
It is advertised in the back, but I have not, and I had no problem reading this book.
Yeah. You know, Ben, I've actually often wondered if we should just outright copy what the Challengers guys do, and because they do the business side of things, and they do talk about comics as well.
Yeah.
But it's not the new releases. It's like
just a half-hour business show,
like a PDF, and they talk about comic. But if we just talk about the business side of things, maybe that could also be interesting. Not that we wouldn't talk about it here, but I was thinking, like, if we just drill down and talk about distribution, manage, and
we could honestly bring back Yeggs and Bacon for this purpose.
That's true.
We have a theme song for it. I want to use it.
Is it the one with your nieces, or is it the OG?
It's the OG one.
I love that. I'm just gonna post a couple more comments. Sorry, slow with this reply. Sorry, but oopsie daisies. There we go. We need more comics talk about labor organizing.
Oh, 100%. Yep.
Hard agree. 110% agree. And I think this is going to help the conversation. A lot of comics folks know that it would be better to be unionized, but it's such a weird, disparate industry that it's just very hard to get people together. Not literally, not physically, but just to wrangle everybody.
And I believe the people who work for 7 Seas, the manga company, are unionized, and image workers are also unionized as well. So little pockets of things are happening.
But we do need like a mass bubble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there is a collective of cartoonists as well. It might be called Cartoonist Collective. That
Sloan?
Yeah, Sloan Young is a big part of. Yeah. And Edmonton's own Jeff Martin.
We are just on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Got an email from him promoting Sloan's second volume of Prison Stalker.
I read the PDF. It's so good. So it's because I took home volume 1 last week because it's been 5 years since it came out. And so I reread it to familiarize myself with the story again. And I was like, damn, this was good. And then I read it volume 2 and I'm like, damn, this is good. Not surprised because she's amazing. Thank you. Yes, that's very true. I think a lot of people are watching this, and I honestly think kind of unions are the kind of thing that, oh no, you go first. No, you go first. But as soon as one person takes a jump, everyone's like, okay, we can do it. We all want to do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. It's all about supporting creators, supporting artists, protecting folks, like a lot of talk about like actors, getting healthcare. Especially in the States. Yeah. It's really scary down there. And then like cartoonists and comics creators do not get paid a lot. So when they get sick or injured, it's not good.
Yeah. Like I know a lot of the exclusives that Marvel and DC were putting out, a lot of those did have healthcare attached to them. But again, that's not obviously like
Excuse me. It's
a
the
union thing.
it's the exception to the rule, not
exactly.
the rule.
And
which
yeah.
is also why we need a UBI.
Yep. 100%.
I think that would solve a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, PD Bowman, that's absolutely something to discuss. And especially in light of all of this, like it would be, I think it would behoove a lot of people, especially in terms of creators' rights and character creation. Like a lot of comics retailers have complained like, oh, it doesn't seem like there's been a new big character made that wasn't just derivative off of another character in years. And they're just like, this current crop of creators just doesn't have that creative drive in them. And looking at them and just being like, no, you're misunderstanding the cause and effect. The cause of this is creators realizing that if I give them a fancy new character, they can turn around and make $1 billion off of this. And I'm going to see that $1,000 check or $5,000 or whatever.
Once.
Little payoff that's been rumored that Marvel gives in a flight to a premiere. As like, oh, thanks.
It's pathetic.
Yeah. They're not going to give you those characters because you are not going to fairly compensate them in the case that, you know, it becomes worth something.
Yeah, so retailers really need to stop whining about how there's no big characters at Marvel or DC when creators are getting wrung dry, basically. They take them in like sponges, wring them out to dry, and then they throw them in the trash. Like, there's so many GoFundMes about seminal artists that are literally dying, and they have to ask the internet to help them live. Because they don't have healthcare.
Yep. There was a couple months ago, and I wrote about it for my Substack. Tom Brevoort had started off a post of his talking about being contacted by somebody about an older creator's situation, basically. Now, all of these terms are as vague as I'm explaining them because obviously he's not giving specifics. And Tom said like, oh, I should probably reach out and touch base with this person. And the person who was contacting them basically said, oh, that would be great. And then you could like, give him some work and do this. And Tom Brevoort's thing was just like, his whole take on it was just like, this is why I don't end up with like a whole lot of friends in comics. And it's because I am the person with access. And it is my job in this system to I in some ways control the flow of work. And I can't just give this person a job because he's on hard times. I have to fight that battle with X, Y, and Z to make something like that happen. And so he said he finds it very hard to have like more friendly relationships in the industry because it so often comes with those strings of just like, I can't help you. So it's wild. We talked about one comic.
We did it.
I said that's a show. No.
Thank you, PD. Thank you. That was really sweet. Leaving that in the chat. Thank you. So yeah, we love comics and we do want to continue seeing them. It's just, we also don't want people to die to make them.
Yeah.
Just the bare minimum of not dying. All right. So we've got Tales of the Titans.
Yeah, this is a 4-issue miniseries that will feature single issue stories starring the Titans with different creative teams. This one is done by Shannon and I believe Dale Hale? Dean Hale.
We got a foil.
They write a bunch of more YA projects. And did the Squirrel Girl prose novels.
Oh yeah, and a couple of Diana, Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
That might have just been Shannon, but still.
Yeah, they do the
Really, really
younger Diana graphic novels. This has art by Javier Rodriguez. It's really awesome, really eye catching, and it is a very. This is the kind of story I remember very clearly. Our first employee Randy, wonderful human being.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they showing them, because this was back at Wizards as well. Yeah. When the New 52 started and there was a Starfire comic.
Oh.
And she'd grown up with the original Teen Titans series, a cartoon. And I remember showing them the book and the disappointment because, and for years, no one was making something that featured Starfire for the people who grew up watching those cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And this is very much that. It's really good, and I highly recommend it.
Only 12 years too late.
Yeah.
Hooray!
So many years too late.
So well, yeah, that's fair. We've got a new Red Sonja comic, which is pretty cool. And PD, there's no need to apologize. You are a sweetheart.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the new Red Sonja series by Torun Grumbeck and Walter Giovanni. That's the artist of the Gail Simone run on Red Sonja,
which was epic.
And Torun Grumbeck has most recently been wrapping up the Johnny Cates run of Thor, and co-wrote a lot of the Valkyrie stuff with Jason Aaron. And she lives in the woods.
Probably with a sword.
She's talked about, she's just like, I live in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and sometimes I'll get drunk and wake up with just like an axe held because I'm alone in the woods and sometimes I get scared. And so I'll like grab a weapon that I have lying around and then I'll just wake up somewhere just like wielding an axe. She's a fantastic,
like real women do.
Yeah. But yeah, this one's Mike Mignola cover. Is good times. No, different country.
That would be an amazing neighborhood. Can you imagine moving to like a weird forest of comics creators? Just like a whole bunch of weirdos in the woods.
This is where we keep our creatives.
Let me out. Like, why is Chip Zdarsky crawling on the ceiling? Ah!
Chip would be the kind of dude to do a like crab walk.
Oh yeah, and he'd be like greased up, and you wouldn't know why or where he got the grease, but it would happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've met him. It's fun.
He'd probably go along with that.
Horrible
honestly.
rumors of him. Yeah. Delightful young man. Anyway, let's talk about Scrapped. Sorry, I should probably get this to list up, huh? Oh wait,
Scrapper's a wild one.
Hey, they have the on the back. Okay. Wow. There's you can get those. All right. Scrapper is a good dog, adopted by good people. Sure, he spends his nights patrolling his post-apocalyptic. Why can't I say that? We're living in it. Anyway, metropolis with his buddy Tank, protecting its citizens from the city's totalitarian overlords. But everyone needs a hobby, right? When a catastrophe sends Scrapper's world spiraling out of control, he will need to rally the city's critters, strays, and undesirables to save both themselves and the humans all around them.
So this is kind of like a Stray Dogs, but Blade Runner.
Yeah. Now, I have a complaint. There is a line in this that said cats don't exist, or cats are not in the city. And I have to say, I'm going to write a letter to the editor about how rude that is.
I love the bottom part too. It does the whole like, from the minds of games legend Cliff Bleszinski and writer Alex DeCampi, comes an action-packed 6-issue miniseries meant for anybody who's ever wanted to pet the dog in a video game. Brackets, Mom, don't worry, none of the animals die.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was, but I think they said like there's no cats in the city, and I was like, how dare you? How dare you?
There's no cats in the city.
I can't remember what it was, but it pissed me off. Oh
All right.
yeah. All the cats vanished years ago, and I was like, they have to come back, right? Like this is like a weird walled city sci-fi, and they're going to be like a Mad Max faction. I need cats. This needs to have cats.
Yeah. We've got we normally don't talk about a lot of the Mark Millar stuff, but we've got Big Game. It's his big crossover. It's got everything that he's done smooshed into a book. And we've got a couple copies on shelf for those folks. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to recommend Scrapper for Tux. Tux is not going to enjoy this book, at least until the cats come back, and then I'll let Tux know.
We've got Hot Girl.
Hot Girl. It's so close.
From Jadzia Axelrod and Amense Nefelian. You might,
yes.
You might know Jadzia Axelrod from
Being Awesome. No. Queen of no. Oh no. Why have I forgotten?
From Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Who is a big part of this book.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
So they are a queer creator who has been doing some wonderful work for DC. Galaxy being one of their YA for older kiddos. Being really cool. And she was the editor of the big DC Pride book. That
yes.
hardcover.
Yes, she was. Oh, we've got a recommendation from local cat Tux. Tux thinks people should check out Night Terrors Catwoman #1 this week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't have it here because we are running very tight on the Night Terrors.
Yeah.
Yes. So if it is in your file, it is in your file.
All people who were getting Catwoman because the writer was the same, I kept you on there.
So just heads up on that. You won't see any Night Terrors. It's just because it's a really weird event where there's a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, but it's all the same. So it's kind of hard to just toss at people and be like, suggestions. But absolutely, yes. And Austin, I'm getting you the B cover of Hot Girl.
Hot Girl. We've got Moon Knight, City of the Dead. This is a spin-off from the main series. It is running story concurrently with the main series. So both of them are building to something pretty wild. This features first appearance of character from TV show. Well, the main storyline with that character from the TV show.
She was fun.
She was very fun.
I liked her.
And yeah, if you've been getting Moon Knight, this has appeared in your file. If you do not want the book, that is more than okay. But yeah, they're building to something wild. They've kind of announced a Moon Knighty thing that I don't want to spoil. That's happening soon.
Yay!
Yeah, there we are. I keep forgetting the name, and so that's why I was just like, the new character from the TV show.
Oh, hey, look at that. Kid Chip.
And also,
name's on the back. Shiny.
So
mine aren't shiny, but I'm gonna pretend.
This Harley Quinn Black, White, and Redder is a brand new anthology style series where it is Black, White, and Red. It's got amazing creators on this. The opening story is Chip Zdarsky and Kevin Maguire, and like that's just a big solid team. Where Harley tries to heist the Fortress of Solitude.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you also have Leo Williams and Natasha Bustos. Natasha Bustos was the original artist on Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
I really like this team.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Have they ever worked together before?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. This is good.
And then you have Paul Scheer and Nick Giovanetti and Tom Riley. Tom Riley's been doing some really good kind of classic style work, doing like the Ant-Man series that happened with Al Ewing. And there's something else he did really recently, but he's fantastic, like really good. So yeah. All right. And now a weird one, folks. So, Radiant Black, issue 25, the start of the Catalyst War, and the basically like fifth storyline. So, you'll notice slight differences between these covers. That is because they are slight different variants, and inside the story is a little bit different too, because there's been some reality shattering, basically. Yeah, and now they haven't quite announced what they're doing, but they do have these types of covers coming up for this whole arc, and it's basically the same comic happening in two different realities. So you get different experiences by reading the two different books. So folks who are getting Radiant Black did kind of hear a little bit about this in advance, and so we made sure that we had these ordered for you properly so that you wouldn't miss out if you do want to experience what they're building with this reality breaking type of thing that's happening. It's neat.
Alrighty, Rue. Been looking forward to this one. No surprise. It's a family trip to Roswell.
Public domain spooky button.
Yes. Julia didn't always believe in aliens. It was her father who convinced her otherwise. You see, Julia's dad believes he was once abducted by aliens, and ever since then, he's been obsessed with the extraterrestrial beings living out there. So when a festival commemorating the 75th anniversary of the infamous UFO crash in New Mexico rolls around, Julia turns down a dream vacation in Hawaii with her best friend Sarah to join her dad for a weekend trip to Roswell, where he expects the aliens to make contact. At first, Julia is thrilled to experience the festival firsthand with her dad. But the more time they spend in Roswell, and the more alien abduction stories she hears and dubious alien artifacts she sees, the more she wonders whether what her dad experienced was real at all. Will this weekend bring the two closer together or only drive them apart? This is a heartfelt story of family, loyalty, and how far we'll go to support the ones we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think it's going to be a sweet story that's going to hurt my heart, but it also involves Roswell.
Yay.
Yay.
A thing you like.
Ooh, emotional whiplash. I love emotional whiplash.
We're ping-ponging.
Oh, yeah, this is great. I could do all of these. I'll do these. I got this one in today. This song sounds really cool. All right. Okay, so we've got Lovesick, which is highly, highly for the matures and mature folks in our audience. Jeez, where was I going with that sentence? Anyway.
For the matures.
I know. I was like, what? Brain? No. Mouth? No. Stop.
These are for the olds.
Work together, brain and mouth. In one of the most lurid corners of the dark web, subscribers pay a high price to be maimed, tortured, and killed by ruthless and irresistible dominatrix Domino. This is what they call love in the Lovesick Club. But as Domino faces emerging threats and mounting pressure from a needy audience, what price will she have to pay for success in this literally cutthroat world? And what will she have to become to survive?
A murder. Oh, no, that's a big part of the where she starts.
Yeah.
Is with sexy murders.
Oh, wait. It might. The cool thing about the singles is that... That's awesome. Is that Vecchio has essays at the back of the single issues about why she wrote this.
Oh, cool.
And I think they're fascinating. And it looks like they're in the back of each issue, which is cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I'm very excited about that. It really does add to it. It's definitely not in the area of sophistication.
You can only read this book with a monocle. You will be taken to jail otherwise.
Yes. However, it will be broken and bloody. I don't know. It's a very gruesome book. It does involve literal murders. So if you don't like body horror, I would not recommend this. However, it is a fascinating story because Vecchio did go to the dark web and kind of wander about these places, trying to find why people would do something like this.
It is I feel like it is feminist Red Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my quick pitch.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Red Room is nowhere near feminist. That is very true. All right. Emotional whiplash. We
Let's
are known
go.
for it.
It's buzzing.
Oh, no.
Isaac Ickton can't get away from his thoughts. As a lonely 12-year-old kid with obsessive-compulsive disorder, everything from studying to looking in the mirror becomes a battle between him and a swarm of unhelpful thoughts. The strict therapy his mother insists on doesn't seem to be working, but when a group of creative friends invites him to join their after-school role-playing game, the intrusive thoughts feel a little less loud and the world a little brighter. Isaac develops a crush on the kind and thoughtful Micah, and the buzz is a happy one. But Isaac's therapist says that exposure to games can have negative effects on kids with OCD, and when his grades slip, his helicopter mother won't let him play anymore. Now Isaac needs a way to prove to himself, his mother, and the world that it's okay to be different.
Doesn't that sound sweet?
This is a book that we're going to sell a lot of. Oh, whopper-domp.
Oh, yeah. This. I've already reported the damage.
Oof.
Yeah, we're going to get a replacement. I know. It was in one of those stupid soft envelopes that basically it's got some sticky stuff on the side, but it still shifts the book. And the book, yeah, you can still, like, it still bangs, I guess. I don't know, on corners and stuff. Isn't it nice? Oh, it looks so pretty.
I love all of this, especially the use of colors that they do, because like when Isaac is stuck with his thoughts, that's what the buzzing is. It's these bees, these bright yellow bees that are.
Oh yeah, and it kind of goes a bit gray. Like the scenes go gray, and then they go back.
When he sees something that makes him feel more like him or whatever, there's more
Micah.
color that comes in. And so as it's going along, as he gets more into it,
yeah,
and how he feels and whatnot, there's more color. But when he gets pulled back, it goes gray.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we will have that on shelf. Admittedly, it does have some damage, but I do have a replacement coming in because those stupid envelopes that a lot of distributors use, stupid.
Andrew, be nice.
Yeah. I was like, should I post that? How salty do I want to be? Because I don't properly care for Red Room myself, but that's not to say that it's bad. It's just very much not for me.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because Lovesick was like pushing myself out of my boundaries because I usually just do not like body horror at all.
Yeah.
But there was this interesting level of like, oh, okay. And there's like an essay at the end about how why she did it and why she wrote like this. And I'm like, damn it. I'm fascinated about humans. Anyway. Do you want to do 2? Because I got to do 2.
Nope.
Okay.
Mostly because you don't want to do the next one.
No. Well, I'm not going to open it. I'm not stupid.
Show Danica all the pictures.
Can you tell there's a new Junji Ito out? Anyway, let's talk about Misfit Mansion. This looks really sweet. Hold that. All right. Despite her monstrous appearance, Iris has never felt like she belongs in a mansion filled with kelpies and gorgons and unicorns. She longs to find herself a family. Unfortunately, she and her housemates are trapped in a foster home for horrors run by former paranormal investigator Mr. Holloway. So when a human boy named Matthias breaks the house's sealing spell, Iris and her companions are set free upon the town of Dead End Springs. Finally, a chance to find a family and a real home. What Iris doesn't know is that Matthias is also a paranormal hunter, the kind who seeks to capture and destroy the horrors, or that there are other unseen dangers ahead. As Iris searches for a home, she makes new friends, explores a brand new world, and stumbles into a dark secret that Holloway has kept locked in the basement of the house.
No.
Will this long slumbering mystery destroy the family Iris so desperately seeks?
Maybe.
Oh, dang. Ages 8 and up. Oh.
Speaking of monsters.
Oh. Oh, it's hella cute. I
We've
love
got
it.
the new Junji Ito story collection, Soichi. Soichi, the unhinged second son of the Tejui family, chews nails and makes them clatter and clack as he spouts horrific curses to bring about the most bizarre happenings, whether it's summer holidays or a birthday party. Soichi can turn any occasion into a nightmare in a heartbeat.
Yay.
What is the terrible secret of his origin? Then, tormented by his little brother's never-ending pranks, older brother Koichi has a soundproof room built. But why does it have a series of 4 doors?
Nope.
And there's also the strange phenomenon surrounding the handmade casket their grandfather left behind.
Nope.
What on earth or hell has the family seen there? 10 tales that celebrate the sinister and hilarious world of Junji Ito's favorite anti-hero, Soichi.
No, thank you, sir.
The Viz app has a little bar that promotes the Junji Ito verse.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's a verse now.
Everything's a verse. Second verse, same as the first.
The Batcat verse.
The Batcat verse. Batcat. Batcat. All right. Right? Thank you. Yeah, they do the. I mean, I can't spin because that's not how wrists work, but Batcat loves being all alone in their home on Spooky Island. Up in their treehouse, they pass the time playing video games and watching TV. But when Batcat suddenly finds themselves haunted by an annoying ice cream stealing ghost, they visit the local island witch for a spell to remove their ghastly guest permanently. With their ghost be gone spell in hand, Batcat travels across Spooky Island to gather ingredients. To the cavernous caves. Nope. Damn.
Oh, you almost made it the whole show.
I know. I was really trying. To the cavernous caves where the bats tell them they're too round to be a bat. Ooh. And to the whispering cemetery where the cats will only help them if they commit to being a true cat. But Batcat is neither. And that's what makes them special, right? Oh my god. A sweet and fun story about accepting yourself when you're perfectly in between here and there. Batcat is sure to charm graphic novel readers of all ages with its pure and undeniable bat-catitude.
Yay.
Oh, good. It's got a pull quote from the author of Beetle and the Hollow Bones, which won a Stonewall Award and was an amazing read. I'm looking for age, but... Ooh, the cartoonist has worked with Silver Sprocket.
Oh, yay.
That's awesome. I'm excited to read this.
And finally, Whiplash, baby. The bomb. The weapon that changed the world.
Celebrate Barbenheimer.
Celebrate Barbenheimer. At 8:15 on the morning of August 6, 1945, an atomic bomb annihilated the city of Hiroshima. This horrific and tragic event ended the war and carried humanity into a new era. But in what context was the bomb created? How was the decision to drop it made? And why target Hiroshima? Who were the key players, renowned or unknown, responsible for this drama? What were the effects of the explosion? What did its victims experience? Dieter Alcante, L.F. Bolle, and Dennis Reuter have created an exhaustive and definitive work of nonfiction that details the stories of the unsung players, as well as the remarkable men and women at the crux of the bomb's history and the events that followed. From the uranium mines of Katanga to Japan, by way of Germany, England, Norway, the USSR, and the United States. From the laboratories of Los Alamos to the bombers of the Pacific, here is the incredible true story of the atomic bomb. It's gonna be fine.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
know
saw.
which page. Okay, good. Anyway, wow. So literally any mood you could ever be in, we got a book for you.
Andrew.
Oh, that's dark. Yeah, no. I mean,
All right.
okay, we're gonna play a fairy sound for you now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the part of the show where we look through this magic mirror in this completely unique segment. And we look out and we see all of you wonderful people out there and we say, hi, thank you for being here.
Ow.
And we hope you know that we're here for you too. Please clap for the mirror. The mirror needs blood. All right. I see Bryce. Hello, Bryce. I see Dr. Andrew Peterson. Hi. Howdy. Hi. I see Ben. I see Sean. I see Austin. Austin, we'll talk about the eggs and bacon thing. I think I have an idea.
Oh.
I think I have an idea.
That's exciting.
I see the one and only Foley.
And you can too.
Wednesday, Thursday from 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And we're open till 7 on those days. And you can see him the whole ding dang dong day on Fridays from 11 to 7 p.m. And you got the right one this time?
I did. I learned from my mistakes. Most of them.
And on Saturdays from 11 to 5. We are also open on Sundays from 11 to 5. That's when I'm working usually. And you can see Danica on Wednesdays and Thursdays if you're lucky. Because she lives in the mists now.
I'm an office goblin.
You are the part of our operation that why are you not scrolling anymore? There you go. You're the part of our operation that's moved to the woods.
I'm the Chip Zdarsky of Variant Edition.
Indeed.
Oh no! I mean, yay!
I see Tyson. Hello, Tyson.
Hi, Tux.
There's ducks. Ooga ducks. I see the Twitch person who asked about the SAG and Writers Guild strikes stuff.
Thank you for that.
It's a jumble of letters, so I'm not going to try. I'm sorry. I simply won't try. You see Stefan. Hello.
As long as you don't do that with someone's real name, that's not okay.
Looking at someone's name. No, shan't.
Oh.
You will be named Stephen from now on, sir.
Hey, I see Stephen. Sorry.
I see Thomas. Hi.
I know he's not next on the list, but it was a funny joke for me.
I see PD Bowman. Thank you for the conversation prompts. That is actually extremely appreciated.
Thank you.
I see Mike. Hello, Mike. I see Jason.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, you didn't miss much in the comics, Jason.
You really did. We talked for 45 minutes.
I see Steven.
See? We see Steven. I was really excited.
And that is all.
All right. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know we went over an hour, but I really appreciate that you all joined in the conversation and you listened to me talk about how excited about the Barbie movie I am.
Yeah.
I'm really freaking excited. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're gonna do a whole bunch of reading, and then we're gonna continue to sell comics. So yeah, and if anybody's interested in more of like the business side of things where we talk about the industry, so it'll be kind of like more of what you talk about on your Substack, and then like kind of distilled down to me just raging needlessly about everything. Maybe we'll do that. That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, folks.
Bye.
Thanks for being there. We'll see y'all soon.